I'm Elena, 32, a graphic designer, married to Adrian for 7 years. I'm witty, detail-oriented, noticing small things others miss. I avoid drama, but betrayal woke a sharp calculating side I didn't know I had. For weeks, Adrian came home late from work. Client calls, deadlines, emergencies. I wanted to believe him, but his phone, face down at dinner, tightened a knot in my stomach. It was a Tuesday night when I saw his car parked across town, nowhere near his office. He texted, "Late meeting, don't wait up." My heart raced, suspicion clawing. Pain hit like a cold wave, relatable to anyone lied to by someone they trust. I didn't confront him. Instead, I watched, mind spinning. His lies were a puzzle, and I'd solve it. The quiet street outside our house felt like a stage for his deception, streetlights casting shadows. Agitation grew. How long had this gone on? Sarcasm brewed. Working late? Sure, Adrian. I'd find the truth, not with tears, but with proof that had burned brighter than his excuses. The knot tightened, but I stayed calm, planning my next move. I downloaded a tracking app onto Adrian's phone, saying it was for safety. He barely glanced before agreeing, too distracted to care. That night, he said, "Late client call," and kissed me goodbye. I opened the app, watching his dot move, not downtown, but to a quiet neighborhood. My pulse pounded like a drum in my chest. Pain stung, relatable to suspecting a lie, but hoping you're wrong. I kept my face neutral as he left, his cologne lingering. The app's glowing dot was my truth teller, exposing his path. Agitation grew. Where was he going? The house felt too still, dishes in the sink untouched. I grabbed my phone, fingers trembling, and watched his dot settle at an address I didn't know. Suspense built like a storm cloud. Sarcasm whispered, "Client call? In a suburb?" I'd follow, not to fight, but to know. My design brain, sharp, precise, kicked in. I'd collect evidence, stay one step ahead, and make him regret thinking I was blind. I grabbed my keys, followed at a distance. Streetlights blurred as I rehearsed what I'd say if I caught him. My hands shook on the wheel, hoping he'd end up at the office, alone. But his car stopped at a cozy townhouse, fairy lights twinkling on the porch. Pain crashed like a wave, relatable to seeing trust crumble. He didn't hesitate, walking to the door like it was home. Agitation burned. How long had this been his routine? The fairy lights mocked me, twinkling like a cruel joke. Suspense pulsed. What was she to him? I didn't rush in. Tears pricked, but I forced calm. Rushing would let him spin lies. I needed control, not chaos. His betrayal was a puzzle. I'd solve it my way. Sarcasm hissed. Romantic evening, huh? I'd make him pay, not with screams, but with a plan sharper than his deception. My heart hardened, ready to outsmart him. I lifted my phone, snapped a photo, Adrian's arms around her, porch lights glowing, lips locked. My heart shattered, hardened in one breath. Pain was raw, relatable to catching a lie in real time. I wasn't going to scream or cry. I'd collect evidence, build strategy. The photo's timestamp glowed, 8:47 p.m. Agitation churned, but I stayed still, car engine off, street quiet. Suspense gripped me. What else was he hiding? My designer's eye caught every detail, her robe, his ease, their intimacy. This wasn't impulse, it was proof. I'd use it when the moment was right. His betrayal stung, but my silence was power. The night air felt heavy, my phone a weapon. The woman, Talia, I'd learn, looked too comfortable, like months of this. She touched his chest like I did years ago. Pain cut deep, relatable to seeing love stolen. I drove home, climbed into bed, faked sleep. Adrian slid in at 10:30, smelling of her perfume, whispering, "Long night at work." My jaw clenched, agitation like a coiled spring. His lie was bold, but I was bolder, hiding my knowledge. His lie, bold, but I was bolder, hiding my knowledge. Suspense pulsed. How long could I play dumb? The bedroom felt like a stage, his words a bad script. I lay still, eyes closed, but my mind raced, planning. Sarcasm hissed. Long night, smells like betrayal. I'd collect more. Let him think he'd fooled me. My phone, under the pillow, held the first piece of truth. For 3 weeks, I tracked him. Dinner dates, movies, a conference, weekend trip. Each time, I screenshotted locations, saved timestamps, archived photos. Pain lingered, relatable to piecing together a liar's life. He had no idea I knew, and that was my edge. Agitation fueled me, each ping of his dot a stab. The app showed him at his townhouse, restaurants, hotels. Suspense built. How deep was this? My folders grew, a digital net tightening. At home, I smiled, cooked dinner, played wife. Adrian chatted, clueless, his phone face down. My silence was my weapon, sharpening with every lie he told. Sarcasm grin. Conference? Sure, with her. I'd wait, gather more, make his world crash when the time was right. My laptop hummed, evidence piling up. I wrote what I'd say when confronting him. Angry rants, icy calm, sarcastic jabs. Each draft felt wrong. Too soon. Pain burned, relatable to wanting justice but waiting for the perfect hit. I whispered, "Not yet," to my empty apartment. Confronting now would let him twist, beg, lie. I needed a stage he couldn't escape. Agitation pushed me to plan, suspense like a ticking clock. My folders grew, photos, timestamps, hotel receipts. Adrian's late nights continued, his excuses slicker. I nodded, played along, but my mind was a chessboard, moving pieces. The house felt like a set, our marriage a charade. Sarcasm brewed. Good story, Adrian. I'd rewrite the ending, make him face the truth in a way he'd never forget. His birthday neared. Talia posted an Instagram story, a wrapped box for A. He wasn't hiding anymore. Pain stung, relatable to seeing betrayal flaunted. The idea hit. His birthday would be my stage. I'd throw a surprise dinner, show memories, then reveal his lies to everyone who thought him perfect. Agitation turned to purpose, suspense like a coiled spring. I'd make him feel exposed, powerless as I had. My folders were ready, photos, receipts, timestamps. Adrian would walk into his own trap, smiling. The thought thrilled, like designing a perfect layout. My wit sharpened, ready for impact. Sarcasm whispered, "Happy birthday, cheater, your gift's coming." I planned the night, each detail a step toward his undoing. His family adored me. Caroline, his mom, called me her daughter. Over coffee, she gushed, "Adrian is so responsible." I nearly choked, pain like a hidden bruise, relatable to hiding hurt from those who love you. I smiled but screamed inside. They needed to see his real face, not the golden boy mask. Suspense grew. Would they believe me? My folders waited, evidence locked. Caroline's warmth made it harder, but I'd show them. Adrian's lies were a house of cards. I'd pull the key. The coffee shop's hum felt like a countdown. Agitation pushed me to act, not retreat. Sarcasm grinned. Responsible? Wait for the reveal. I'd expose him, not just for me, but for truth. Monica caught me scrolling my evidence folder. She gasped at the photos. "Leave him, Elena." I shook my head. Leaving was too easy. Pain burned, relatable to wanting a betrayer exposed, not excused. I wanted him cornered, powerless, like I felt seeing him kiss her. Monica smirked. "Then let's burn the stage." Agitation turned to strategy, suspense like a tightrope. We planned over wine, her eyes gleaming with support. My folders were my script, his lies the plot. I'd make his world see the truth. The apartment's quiet felt like a war room, plans forming. Sarcasm whispered, "Leave? No, I'll light a fire." Monica's nod sealed it. We'd make this unforgettable. We planned a surprise birthday dinner. Family, friends, coworkers. Adrian would think it was for him. I'd shift the spotlight. Pain fueled me. Relatable to plotting justice for betrayal. I'd make a slideshow, happy times, then his lies. Monica promised to record it. She said, if you're detonating, go viral. Suspense pulsed. Would it work? My folders held photos, receipts, timestamps, ready to expose him. Agitation turned to thrill, like designing a perfect trap. The restaurant was booked, invitation sent. Adrian hugged me, clueless, thanking my thoughtfulness. The irony stung, but I smiled, clicker ready. Sarcasm grinned. Thoughtful? Wait for the show. His birthday would be a stage he couldn't escape, and I'd direct the fall. Adrian was thrilled about the dinner, hugging me, saying you're the best wife. Pain twisted, relatable to playing along with a liar. I sent invitations to his family, friends, coworkers who thought him dedicated. Suspense built. Worlds would collide. My slideshow was ready. Love, then betrayal. Agitation churned, but I stayed calm, organizing details like a design project. The restaurant confirmed, table set. His coworkers RSVP'd, praising his work ethic. I nodded, hiding my evidence. The night would rewrite his story, no escape. My folders were locked, my plan tight. Sarcasm whispered, best wife? Watch me shine. I'd make his birthday a reckoning, his lies the guest of honor. I sent Talia an anonymous message, posing as a friend. Adrian's wife's throwing a birthday dinner. Surprise him. I knew her type. She'd bite. Pain lingered, relatable to setting a trap for a rival. Suspense surged. Her showing up would be chaos. My slideshow was ready, evidence cued. Agitation turned to anticipation, like a designer perfecting a reveal. Talia's arrival would be the cherry on top, exposing them both. Adrian chatted about work, clueless as I finalized plans. The restaurant's menu was set, my clicker hidden. His world would shatter in one night. Sarcasm grinned. Romantic surprise? Oh, it will be. I'd deal with his girlfriend and him all at once, in front of everyone.
The restaurant buzzed, guests smiling as Adrian walked in, smug and unsuspecting. He kissed my cheek, whispering, "You're the best." Pain stung, relatable to faking love for a liar. I clutched the slideshow clicker, heart pounding. Suspense thickened. Would they see through him? Family, friends, coworkers filled tables, toasting his hard work. My folders were ready, evidence locked. Agitation churned, but I smiled, playing the perfect wife. The room glowed with candlelight, laughter echoing. Adrian soaked it in, clueless. I stood, clicker hidden, ready to shift the night. Sarcasm whispered, "Best? Watch this, Adrian." Tonight his lies would unravel, and I'd direct the show with a steady hand. I raised my glass. To Adrian, who works late, sacrifices so much. He beamed, soaking applause. I clicked. Our vacation photos lit the screen. Everyone cooed, nostalgic. Pain burned, relatable to hiding betrayal behind smiles. Suspense pulsed. Next slide was key. I clicked again. His car outside Talia's house appeared. Murmurs rippled. Another click. Him kissing her on the porch. Gasps echoed, forks clattering. Adrian froze, face pale. Agitation eased. My plan landed. The room's warmth turned cold, eyes on him. I let silence stretch, his discomfort my reward. Sarcasm grinned, sacrifices? Like cheating? The slideshow was my blade cutting through his lies in front of everyone. The next slide showed hotel receipts, timestamps, his email. Whispers grew. Caroline's face crumpled. Pain turned power, relatable to exposing a liar. Adrian stammered, "Elena, this isn't—" I clicked again. More photos. Suspense thickened. Could he talk his way out? Coworkers exchanged horrified looks. A friend muttered, "What the hell?" My evidence drowned his words, each slide a nail in his coffin. Agitation gone. I smiled sweetly. "Here's the real story," I said, voice calm. The restaurant's hum stopped. All eyes on the screen. My folders had done their job. Sarcasm whispered, "Explain that, Adrian." His world collapsed, and I stood tall, directing the chaos I'd planned. Right on cue, Talia walked in, gift bag in hand. She froze, seeing the slideshow, her porch, their kiss. Adrian's jaw dropped like he'd been punched. Payne flipped a triumph, relatable to catching cheaters red-handed. Suspense peaked, the room hushed. Talia's eyes darted between us, gift bag slipping. She shouted, "You said you were separated!" Whispers erupted, guests leaning in. My plan was perfect, both exposed. Adrian's face reddened, voice cracking. "Elena, let's talk privately." I laughed cold. No, this is the talk. The restaurant buzzed, my power absolute. Sarcasm grinned, "Separated, nice try." Talia's shock was my bonus, their lies crumbling together. Talia demanded answers, voice shaking. "You lied to me." Adrian's eyes darted, desperate. Payne was gone. I felt alive, relatable to turning betrayal into justice. Guests whispered, phones out, recording. Suspense held. Would he crack? He shouted, "Elena, you're humiliating me." I tilted my head. "Like you did to me privately?" Caroline covered her mouth, coworkers texting furiously. My slideshow kept rolling, more receipts, dates. Agitation vanished. Power was mine. The restaurant's candles flickered, their glow mocking his panic. I'd cornered him, no escape. My folders were my script, executed perfectly. Sarcasm whispered, "Humiliated? Welcome to my world." His meltdown was my stage, and I owned it. I set the clicker down, grabbed my purse. "Happy birthday, Adrian. You deserve this." To the crowd, "Dinner's on him." Pain turned victory, relatable to walking away strong. Silence followed as I strode out. Suspense eased. I'd done it. Adrian shouted my name, voice cracking, but I didn't look back. The restaurant's buzz faded, my steps steady on the pavement. Guests' shocked faces lingered. Caroline's tears, coworkers' gasps. My evidence had rewritten his story. No lies left. The night air felt free, my heart unknotted. Sarcasm grinned, "Happy birthday, cheater. You're the gift that keeps giving." I drove home, ready for what came next.
By morning, dinner videos went viral. Strangers called me a hero online. Pain faded, relatable to justice resonating. Adrian's boss called, apologizing. We noticed his late nights. He wouldn't return to work. Suspense dissolved. His world crashed. Coworkers messaged support, shocked at his lies. Caroline texted, "I'm so sorry," her words heavy. My folders had done more than expose. They'd ended him. The internet buzzed, my story spreading. I didn't gloat, just watched, free. Agitation gone, triumph mine. The house felt lighter, no lies lingering. Sarcasm whispered, "Late nights? Fired for them." His downfall was public, and I was the architect. Caroline visited, tears in eyes, hugging me. "You deserved better." Pain softened, relatable to family seeing truth. Friends rallied, bringing wine, reminding me I wasn't alone. Adrian's voicemails begged forgiveness. I deleted them. Suspense lingered. Would he try more? His calls stopped, his social media silent. My folders stayed locked. Job done. The apartment's quiet was my peace. No more face-down phones. Agitation faded. I'd won. Coworkers' messages praised my courage. Strangers shared my story. The world saw him for what he was. Sarcasm grinned. Begging now? Too late. I moved on, stronger, my heart mending with every step. I signed divorce papers weeks later, hands steady. Pain was gone, replaced by clarity, relatable to reclaiming your life. The lawyer nodded, impressed by my calm. Adrian's world had collapsed. Mine was rising. Suspense eased. No more threats. Friends toasted my freedom, their laughter filling my apartment. The viral videos faded, but my story lived online. A warning to liars. Caroline called, still apologizing. I forgave, but didn't forget. My design work thrived. New clients drawn to my hero status. The house felt mine. No shadows. Sarcasm whispered, "Sorry, Adrian? Save it." I'd turned betrayal into strength, and the world cheered. Months later, I'm designing again, my laptop glowing with new projects. Pain's a memory, freedom's my reality. Relatable to anyone rebuilding after betrayal. Friends say I'm lighter, my wit sharper. The viral dinner still circulates, strangers messaging support. Adrian's gone quiet, Talia too. My folders stay locked, a reminder of my power. The apartment's hum is peaceful, my design's bold. Suspense lingers faintly. Will he resurface? But I'm ready, stronger than before. Caroline visits, our bond healed. The world knows my story, and I'm proud. Sarcasm grinned. Working late? Look who's thriving. I didn't just expose him, I set myself free. Last week, an anonymous email arrived. You missed something. Attached a photo. Adrian and Talia, recent. Suspense creeps, relatable to a past haunting. I haven't replied, finger hovering. My life's bright. New clients, friends, freedom. The apartment feels like home, no lies lingering. But the photo hints at more. Revenge? Defiance? I'm not scared, just curious. Pain's gone. I'm whole. My story's viral, my strength known. If they try again, I'll outsmart them, as always. Sarcasm whispers, back for more, Adrian? Try me. I design on, heart steady, ready for whatever's next. Truth is my weapon, and it's sharper than ever. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, comment, and smash the subscribe button. Also check out other videos on the channel. We've got more interesting stories for you.